All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace, and blessing to you, brothers, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Just going into endurance in captivity, basically just learning patience and enduring hardships, when you're going through things. Just understanding that a minor setback for a major comeback. This is a minor setback that we've been throughout all the captivities we've been through, but this wraps it up. This is the last one. So this is the one for all the marbles. So endurance is a must. A just man falleth 7 times, but he gets up. So keep pushing, keep fighting, keep praying. No matter how it looks, always keep throwing punches. You got to keep getting up and fighting. So pray through the Spirit that this is edifying. Jeremiah 20:5. Moreover, I will deliver all the strength of this city and all the laborers thereof, and all the precious things thereof, and all the treasures of the kings of Judah will I give into the hand of their enemies, which shall spoil them, and take them and carry them to Babylon. And thou, Pashur, and all dwelled in thine house shall go into captivity. And thou shalt come to Babylon, and there shalt die, and shall be buried there, thou and all thy friends, and thou in whom thou hast prophesied lies. Okay. O Lord, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily. Okay? And everyone mocketh me. It's not hard to tell today, reading this, who's the mockery, who's being mocked. You say you're Israelites, and you get mocked for that. Like, man, y'all ain't no Israel. You know what I'm saying? You hear what people say when they're basically mocking you, For since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. You see that? It's like, man, the derision and the captivity and the pain mentally, and just the way we're going through things, man, like it's a lot. It really is a lot. But that's when you pray and fast, and that's where faith comes in. You have to endure and keep going. It says, cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, a man child born unto thee, making him very glad. So he's like, man, that day was cursed. That was a cursed day for me, And let that man be as the cities which the Lord overthrew and repented not, and let him hear the cry in the morning, and the shouting at noontide. Okay, so it's basically, he just comparing coming into basically captivity and being born, like the doctor saying, this is your male child. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, cursed be that day, because look at what we're going into, going into captivity under people who are the basis of men, and just seeing the falling of the chosen people, and living it. Okay. Because he slew me not from the womb. So that doctor didn't take him out. So he has to endure everything that comes with being of this world. Or that my mother might have been my grave, and her womb to be always great with me. Wherefore I came forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame. Like, coming into this place, it's a shameful thing, you know. You can just attest, if you have a job, you know, most of the times you'll probably start at a very low position, and you're looking and you're knowing in your mind frame that the people above you, they aren't even supposed to be in no type of position of anything, you know, and you know this. So by knowing it, you understand it's, and it grieves you, like you're really vexed. It's like you really know what's going on, you know. So that's why this was being wrote, you know. Job started 3:1. After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not God regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it, because it shut not the doors of my mother's womb, nor his sorrows from mine eyes. So that's going through things, you know, you're going through these things, but it's not so much as just going through them, it's understanding why you're going through them that makes it vexing. You know, that's what makes it vexing, because we actually know what's going on. Okay? Why died I not from the womb? Where did I not give up the ghost? Or why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me? Why the breasts that I should suck? For now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept, then had I been at rest, with kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or as a hidden, untimely birth I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and the great are there, and the servant is free from his master. So, in so many words, it's just like wanting to avoid captivity, you know, because it's hell. What you're going through is truly hell, you know. And the Lord won't put on you more than you can bear, but you'll go through these things and you'll be like, man, the Lord must really, he knows me, because he knows I can bear this, and he wouldn't put more on me than I can. But it's a mental battle, you versus you. You know, you're fighting yourself, you know. And this is me really talking to myself as well, you know. So brothers, just keep fighting, man. Keep enduring, keep praying, keep fasting, just keep holding on. With that, I'll say shalom.